Dave here with Half Dozen Customs. Cleaned up a little bit from the motor pulling adventure. I had everything that I bagged and tagged laid out on the workbench. I put all that stuff in the box with the rest of the stuff and kind of moved stuff around over here and then moved it back over there and then moved it back over there and kind of cleaned up the floor. There was, some spillage from pulling the motor out. And I put a handle on the back of this. I've been wanting to do it for a while. Last shop that I was at, we put a handle back there, and it just makes it a lot easier to move it around. I don't know why they don't come on them.
That's what she said.
They're such a handy accessory, so I put that handle on there, and then I used I have this bar that I use. My cement around here, I mean, it just sucks. There's just huge lips everywhere. There's cracks in the floor. There's holes in the floor. The cement's not in good shape. So I have this pole here that I use that I stick underneath the engine hoist to help get it over the cracks and the bumps, and use it as a pry bar to help move this thing around. And I'm always looking for it, so I just put a couple of pieces of square stock in there so that I have a little holder from my pole, and then put the handle on there. So I did that off video, just a little upgrade.
There are 9,726 listings for upgrade.
So, now I can move that around a little easier. Then I spent a good portion of yesterday doing some research just to kind of see what I had here. This came out of the Jeep. I bought it off of him. He's putting a new motor in it, so this one ran and drove. I got to hear it run several times. I actually got to drive it around my property here, moving the car in and out, or the Jeep in and out. I had a nice exhaust system on it. It sounded good. It sounded healthy. There was no ticks, no taps, no knocks. So I knew it was a 350, and I knew it sounded good. I knew it ran good. I see my buddy drive it around, but he hadn't owned it very long. So, but he knows the guy that he got it from, and supposedly it's like a mild build. So it's not stock. It's got an Edelbrock intake on it. Supposedly it's got a mild cam in it, so the intake and the cam go together. It's got some long tube headers on it. It's got some chrome pulleys. It has a high torque mini starter on it. It seems like it has a little something to it. But I wanted to see what I had. So I ran the numbers on it. It's a 350 4-bolt main, built in good old Flint, Michigan, USA. It's anywhere between a 78 and 84, I believe is what it was. Came out of a truck, anything from a C10 to a 2500. So it's a good block, good motor. I ran the heads on it because these heads seemed a little weird to me, and I noticed that the distributor was like way off. It wasn't pointing at number one, no nothing. Like it looked like number one spark plug was pointing at number two. So I just kind of thought like, this is a little weird. I pulled the distributor cap off. the rotor in there wasn't even bolted down. It was just sitting in there, and you can tell it was all beat up from just bouncing around in there. So, when I'm done with this thing, I have a feeling that it's going to run a little better than it did when it was here. And I thought the thing ran fine. So, so I ran the numbers on the heads, and it turns out that they're powerpack heads off of a 327 from a Corvette. Now those aren't like ideal for a high performance motor. Give you good burnouts, good gas mileage, but there's really no top end to it. Good highway cruiser. So all in all, it's a good cruising motor. These heads have mixed reviews. Some people say that they're junk. They don't belong on 350s. Some people say that they're perfectly fine to run on 350s. You just gotta. One of the things is that you gotta retard the timing by 8 to 10 degrees, which would make sense why. It looked like my spark plugs were all off on the distributor. That's why number 1 looked like it was pointing at number 2. There's little quirks to it, I guess. I know it's a good running motor, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get it cleaned up today. I'm gonna put the valve cover back on. We're gonna spray some degreaser on it. We're gonna get it pressure washed. Now I'm not really gonna do anything with this motor today or tomorrow or next week or next month. This is going into Monte Carlo, and Monte Carlo has a lot of work to do before I even think of putting the motor in it. The Monte Carlo does run and drive right now, so there's really no reason for me to pull that out and put this in at this particular moment. Now, when I do get the Monte Carlo, to a state where okay, all the metal work is done, it's time to start, doing body work, and getting it in primer, then I'll start thinking about pulling that motor out and putting this motor in. But in the meantime, I'll fart around with it. We're gonna get it. I'm gonna get it painted and cleaned up. First of all, I'm gonna put it on an engine stand. I gotta go this weekend pick up another engine stand. I'm out of engine stands. But for right now, I'm gonna get it pressure washed and cleaned up so that I can put it on the engine stand, and it's not just completely filthy. That every time I touch it, I'm getting all greasy and whatnot. And, being all greasy, and I'm in here doing work with, metal shavings and Bondo work and sand and primer and stuff like that. And when it's all greasy like that, it's just a magnet for that stuff. I want to get it cleaned up so it's at least clean sitting in the corner, and then I can kind of fiddle fart around with it, as time goes on, as I'm working on the Monte, as I'm finishing up the Jeep and whatnot. I want to get it painted and cleaned up. We're going to replace all the gaskets and seals in it. I'm going to put new valve covers, new air cleaner, just stuff like that. Just, just a cleanup on it so that it looks good when I'm ready to put it in the Monte Carlo. So we're going to clean up the trans too. Now the trans, I'm just probably going to do the top end of it, and then once I get this on the engine stand, I'll hang the trans from the engine hoist and we'll get the bottom of it. But for right now, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put this valve cover back on. I'll make sure any holes that I don't want any water getting into are plugged up, and let's get this thing pressure washed. So here we go. Let's get to some cleaning.
Get her done.
So the wife isn't, she's not looking for no race car or anything like that. She just, she likes something that, cruises around good, has a little power, sounds good, maybe does a burnout, and I think that this motor is perfect for her. Now, you know, later on down the road, you know, when the car's done and we've got some play time out of it, I may pull it back out, or maybe not even pull it back out. I don't know. Maybe I'll just do the work inside the car, but you know, maybe we'll redo the top end. I'll put some high performance heads on it, new cam, new intake. You know, put a little more pep in this thing step, but for right now, it's how did I do that? For right now, I think it's perfect for her. She's a little hot foot as it is.
Oh, look out, look out, look out!
I would hate to put this high performance motor in there, and you know, her not expecting to, you know, go from a V6 to this high performance motor that's, you know, that she's not used to. You know, this thing used to have a V6 in it. Her truck she drives around in is a little 4-cylinder. So, you know, and then you put her in this V8 with all this power. No, I think I'd rather kind of just work slowly instead of having something high performance in here. I do have other 350s around here, so maybe while she's tooling around in this one, I'll build one of the other ones, and we'll build that one high performance, and then I'll just swap them out. I'll put this in something else. But it's a good motor. I don't think I need to do anything with it right now other than just make it look pretty. I'm gonna get new brackets set up for the front. Another thing with these heads that I caught right away, as soon as I pulled it, I caught that there are no accessory holes on the heads. So that's pre 69, 69, 70-ish. They started adding the accessory holes in the heads so that, you know, your alternator can be mounted up top and mounted off of the head, and you know, you have AC and all this stuff, you know, mounted up off of the heads. And these heads don't have that, so I have to, you know, when I very first put this car in, we're not doing AC, but she does want AC in it, but that's a big chunk of change to spend to put AC in it. So, but for right now, I'm gonna order a whole new bracketry setup for the front of this, that it'll move the alternator over here so that I can put the power steering where the alternator is. So I'm gonna do that. I'll probably get all new pulleys and stuff for it, so that those look nice and clean. You know, these got chrome ones on here. I'll clean them up for now, but I know the way that we're going with this Monte Carlo is everything's going to be blacked out. It's getting black valve covers, black air cleaner, motor's going black, car's going black, interior's going black. So it'll probably get black tinted windows. So, but I do want to, you know, I do want to open the hood and see some kind of offset. You know, I'll probably keep the intake silver, and you know, the alternator silver, and you know, power steering pump, whatever color that is. water pump will be, you know, probably a charcoal gray. So it'll have a little flavor to it, but it's probably going to get like a black anodized or something pulley set up on it. The valve covers are going they're going to black aluminum Edelbrock with the polished fins or raw look fins on the air cleaner and the valve covers. So there will be a little flavor to it. But these chrome things, I mean, you can see in the video, they're all rusty. So I don't like these, you know, they're China-made pulleys. They don't last long. Within, you know, a year or two, they're starting to rust and starting to pit. And I just don't want to, I don't want to deal with that, you know, a year down the road. So, you know, we'll get some nice black anodized ones, or at the very least some black painted ones. And we'll go from, you know, we'll go with that. So, but like, you know, this, I'll probably get the black finned one to match the air cleaner, and so it'll look good when it's done. It's just all this chrome stuff is not what she wants, and I don't like that it doesn't last. So let's get some tape. So, and plus I'm you know, I'll take my time with doing this motor, because, you know, nothing's cheap. Just the valve covers and the air cleaner that I want are like $350. So, you know, that $350, well, you know, that'll buy me a quarter panel for the car. So, I'd much rather have a quarter panel at the moment than, you know, having some nice air cleaner and valve covers. So, you know, for the meantime, while I paint everything, I'll probably end up throwing the air cleaner and the valve covers. They used to be chrome and somebody painted them. And you can see that the chrome underneath is all rusty. So I'll probably end up throwing the valve covers and the air cleaner and the glass cabinet, and we'll you know, I'll throw, you know, the motor's going gloss black. I'll probably throw some flat black on it for now, just so that it looks decent while it sits in my corner of the shop collecting dust. Do a bunch of work so that nothing can be done. That's usually how I work around here. Everything takes time. I just don't like dirty, grungy motors sitting in my shop. Man, I tell you what though, that carburetor plate right there to help pull the motor, what a difference. I don't know why I didn't buy one of those years ago for only $20. Like, can't believe I didn't own one sooner. Definitely worth the $20. So after I get this motor kind of cleaned up and we get it on the engine stand, and I get the trans cleaned up and we roll it over here. I got other transes underneath my workbench over here, so I'll just line this one up with the other ones, We get the motor put in the corner. We're going to work on doing some cleaning up on the other side of the shop. So there, I probably won't video doing that. The wife will be out here helping me, so you know, maybe in between there I'll, you know, pull a fender over and do a patch on it or something so we can keep some videos going. But I want to clean out that other side. We got some cabinets that we're gonna put up on the wall over there, and then I'm gonna take some of the stuff that's on the shelves, all the stuff that like stays in the shop, like motor parts and alternators and starters and intakes, and I have shelves and stuff like that over there. So we're gonna get everything all organized and nice in the cabinets, and then that'll clear out some floor space for me to you know, roll the motor over there and maybe get the transmissions out from underneath the cabinets and line those up next to the motors and whatnot. And then we're gonna pull the other vehicle that's under the cover out a little bit. There's some workbenches over there that were there when I moved in. I'm gonna get rid of the workbenches. I don't need them over there, and make it so that I can walk all the way around that truck over there, my mini truck, so that I can start working on that. But like that whole back wall is all full of scrap wood and just various amounts of wood that I think I've gone through and kind of used up all the good stuff. I'm gonna just throw that stuff in the burn pile, and if we need any more wood, we'll just go buy some from the store. I think I'm done collecting and saving wood. I need the room more, so we're just going to kind of clean up and move some stuff around over there. Hopefully one of these days I'll get a shed and we can put stuff like the bikes and that kind of stuff over in the shed, and the lawnmower and GoKart. This is why I have this pole. It's just, it's not a nice floor. And, you know, with this floor being the way that it is, when you're moving stuff around, like on this engine hoist or on my engine stands, and I'm sure you guys know, you guys that move engines around, you know, you hit a crack or a dent in the floor or a rock or something, man, and these things want to tip over and go for a ride, and it just worries me. I've never dropped the motor, I've been close, but so, okay, I'm gonna hose this thing down, and then I'll go get the pressure washer set up. So, I wish I had more of this stuff. I only got, I don't know, maybe a half a can of some gunk engine degreaser, but I have bottles of stuff that go in my parts washer that I can spray on here. I got purple power. I got a whole bunch of stuff. So I'll just soak this thing down, pressure wash it, soak it, pressure wash it, soak it, pressure wash it, until we're able to see a motor again. So and trans as well. So carburetor I'll end up sticking in the parts washer. We'll get that guy cleaned up. Okay, that can's empty. That shit goes fast. Okay, I'll be right back. I'll go get the pressure washer. Okay, so I got the pressure washer all set up, let it soak for a little bit. As you can see, my Hatfield sign up there. I think I've talked about that in other videos. That's the original sign that was on this shop 20 or 30 years ago. My neighbor actually found it in the rafters of his barn and gave it back to me, because the original people that used to own this property built the house next door, moved into there, and then sold this property. So it's kind of cool to find the original picture or the original sign. My neighbor actually took a picture of it and sent it to the old owner of this property, and it really touched her that I put the sign back up. So you know, one day I'll put my own sign up, and we'll hang that one up in the shop. But for now, you know, just kind of sporting that sign, little history in the neighborhood, I guess. So I haven't had anybody stop by and ask about it, but maybe one day somebody will, and maybe I'll get some stories. So the cameras only have about 45% life, so let's get to work. Let's get some pressure washing done on this before the cameras run out, and see if we can make this motor just a little bit prettier. I'm not gonna dance around and act a fool while I'm pressure washing. I think Puddin has that trademarked. Engine stand. You wouldn't believe if there's actually a motor underneath all this. Okay, so of course camera died. I knew that was going to happen. I did not come out here prepared for this today. It was just kind of spur of the moment type thing. And I did not have the cameras charged up or the microphones charged up, so I knew it wasn't going to last long sitting over there. Whoa, excuse me, I got the burpees. So I was saying right when the camera died that this motor is still a raw cast motor. It's never been painted. So that kind of changes my game plan a little. You know, when people paint the motors and they use the engine paint in a rattle can, that's all you can ever use again, and unless you get all that paint off of that motor. Usually when I get motors back from the builder, I'll ask for them back raw, and then I actually paint them base coat, clear coat, the color of the car. And when you open up the hood, the motor's just as shiny and pretty as the outside of the car. So that may be the route that I go with this. I may just get some black base coat and base coat clear coated. So we'll see. That does change plans a little bit. I can't just go to O'Reilly's and get black base coat. Well, I can get doobie color, but I don't spray that stuff. So I spray Limco. So I would have to order it and have it shipped here. I get it from Chicago. So, but while the camera was off, I sprayed it down with some purple power. Again, it's been soaking for, I don't know, 20 minutes or so. I'm gonna pressure wash it again. I hit some of the chrome with a piece of steel wool. Just some, I think this is double aught or triple aught steel wool. It cleaned it up a lot, made it look a lot better, but it's pitted and garbage. So, like I said, that's why I don't like putting chrome pulleys on or anything like that. I'll either put some painted ones on or some anodized ones or billet aluminum. I hate that chrome stuff because it never lasts. So, but while it sits in the garage, it can look a little shiny, I guess. So I did clean them up a little bit. But I'm going to hit it one more time with the pressure washer. I'm going to lift it up. I'm going to pressure wash underneath. And then we'll pull it in and we'll let it dry. And I think it's lunchtime. I'll come out. I'll do the trans later on this evening. So let's get back to pressure washing, get this cleaned up, and kind of clean up my mess a little bit so I can go in and eat lunch. and this thing's stuck. So it appears we're getting everything all wet. The front wheels buried themselves in the ground. So, gotta figure out how to get it back in here. But it's stuck. I hate gravel driveways.
That's right. He enjoys grumbling and moaning and complaining.
Okay, so we got the motor back in. I had to get out old Trooper, my old lawnmower. He pulls vehicles around here and cuts the field that's taller than me when I'm on it. That thing's a killer. So I've set it on fire 3 times. That's why it's all melted and burnt up in the front. And got a piece of metal, sheet metal screwed to it to kind of hold the front end together. The hood don't even mount. It's got brackets and crap holding the front end and the hood together. That's why I call it Trooper, because that thing's been there and back, and it's still going. So I went and got the wife first, and she came out and tried to help me pull it in, and we just buried it farther. So I went and I got Trooper, and Trooper pulled it right in, no problem. So, but here, I'll just kind of show you it. Actually, there was I won't show you. Okay, so I was gonna pick up the camera and just kind of walk around the motor and show you guys that there was a motor underneath all that grease and oil and muck. So, and like I said, I thought it was cool that the motor's never been painted before, so I have that option of going to the next level of base coat clear coating it. I don't know if I'll do that. We'll see. You know, if I do that, I gotta take a little bit more of the motor apart than I want to, and you know, we're looking at, you know, instead of a $20 paint job with some rattle can, we're looking at a couple $100 paint job. So I don't know, we'll see. I'll think about it. I kind of was hoping to maybe pick up some stuff this weekend and get it painted, and if I decide to do the base coat clear coat, that ain't getting done right now. So we'll see. I'll sleep on it. I'll think about it. But you know, check it out. I mean, it's never even been painted before. So there may be some paint on the heads from, you know, whatever previous motor it was on. But this block is clean. That is clean cast. So my options are open as far as painting wise goes, but I definitely, you know, it cleaned up quite nice. You know, I wouldn't be ashamed to put a new air cleaner and some valve covers on it and stick this in a vehicle. So now I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna make it look all nice and pretty, but you know, I'm gonna sandblast those headers. We'll repaint those headers. I'm gonna do a flat black on them. I'll wire wheel everything down real good. We'll clean it up with some brake clean or some lacquer thinner or something. We'll get it scrubbed up nice and clean. I mean, it already is clean, but I'll wire wheel it. We'll clean it again, and then we'll get some paint on it. Like I said, I'll do flat black on the headers. I'm definitely doing gloss black on the block and the heads, you know, whether they get base coat, clear coat, or we just go pick up some engine paint. It's going gloss black. I'm gonna leave the intake silver. I'll probably pick up a new can of some silver. We'll spray that intake again so that it looks new. I mean, it's already, I mean, it's pretty clean. You know, but there is, you know, there's a couple stains down in the pockets. You come up here by the water pump, you know, it does have some harsh stains on there. So, you know, I'll just shoot a quick coat or two of some silver back onto that, make it look all nice and new again. We'll put some new valve covers and an air cleaner on it, replace some gaskets so that we stop the oil leaks that made the motor all dirty in the first place. You know, replace some of the wiring. I'll do new distributor cap rotor, new plugs, new plug wires. So we'll clean it up. I'm gonna throw the carburetor. We got a nice Holly carburetor here. I'll throw that in in the parts washer. And we'll get that all cleaned up. So that I won't be painting. That I'll just clean up, and that'll go on there. I think it'll clean up okay, or at least enough. You know, it gets a big air cleaner over the top of it. You won't even see the majority of it. So as long as it cleans up nice, I think we'll be okay. So yeah, so that's it. Motor's clean. Now it's time to get an engine stand for it and figure out what I'm gonna do as far as paint. I'll come out here later. I'll do the exact same thing I just did to the motor, to the transmission. We'll get him all cleaned up. He's gonna go charcoal gray with a black pan on the bottom. So oil pan, trans pan, we'll probably go a semi-gloss black. Do the headers flat black because as soon as they get hot, it's going to turn flat black anyway. So I'll just do them flat black. But I'd like the oil pan, the trans pan to have a different tone than the rest of it. So we'll do gloss black on the rest, semi-gloss on those. It'll make them look kind of, I guess, factory-ish. If I was to go buy from O'Reilly's a new trans pan and a new oil pan, they would come that semi-gloss black. So the oil pan looks like it's pretty clean. I see one little spot of rust on it. I'll hit it with the sandblaster, but the rest of it looked pretty clean. So I think we'll find out more once it's on the engine stand. But time for some lunch. See you guys later. I am out.
Oh.